Good morning everyone. Today we are going to revise chapter 9, reproduction in animals. Now first of all we will discuss the term reproduction. The reproduction means it is the process of giving birth to young ones of one own kind. So what is reproduction? It is the process of giving birth. It is the process of giving birth to young ones of one own kind. So it is very important process because it maintains the continuity of a species generation after generation. रिप्रोडक्शन एक इम्पॉर्टेंट प्रोसेस है क्योंकि किसी भी प्रजाति को बनाए रखने के लिए रिप्रोडक्शन बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है. विदाउट रिप्रोडक्शन स्पीसीज कैन नॉट कंटिन्यू बिकॉज लाइफ स्पैन ऑफ एवरी इंडिविजुअल इज लिमिटेड. One who has taken birth will surely die. So, reproduction is an important process as it maintains continuity of a species. Now, the reproduction is mainly of two types: sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So, what is the difference between these two types of reproduction? In sexual reproduction, two parents are involved, male and female. And in asexual reproduction, there is only one parent. That is why the name is asexual. So, a word denotes one. So, one parent is involved in asexual reproduction and two parents, male and female, are involved in sexual reproduction. What are the other differences between sexual and asexual reproduction? Students, in sexual reproduction, male and female, they produce gametes. Gametes are the sex cell produced by a male and female. In case of animal, male gamete is called sperm and female gamete is called ovum. The fusion of male and female gametes take place, which is called fertilization. So, fertilization takes place in sexual reproduction. And after fusion of male and female gamete, zygote is formed. A single cell zygote is formed and zygote formation takes place in sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, no gamete formation is there. No fusion of gamete, or you can say no fertilization occur, and zygote is not formed. So these are the differences between sexual and asexual reproduction. So student, now we are going to discuss sexual reproduction in detail, right? So if we talk about sexual reproduction in animals, in case of human beings, testes are the reproductive organs which will produce the male gamete, sperm. So, in male, or you can say man, testes are the reproductive organ. Main primary reproductive organ is testes, which will produce the sperm. Sperm is the male gamete. Sperm is the male gamete. And female, they produce ovum. Ovaries of female release egg, or you can say ovum. Ovum is the female gamete produced by ovaries. a pair of testes which produce the sperm, and female there is a pair of ovaries that produce ovum. Every month each ovary release one egg, one mature egg, and if sperm reaches the egg and fertilization take place. So when the ovum is fertilized by the sperm, then a single cell called zygote will form. And this is the fertilization. So, in sexual reproduction, fertilization takes place. Fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization. मेल और फीमेल गैमीट के फ्यूजन को fertilization कहते हैं. So, when sperm fuses with the egg and the nuclei of sperm and ovum get fused with each other, then a single cell zygote is formed. This zygote divides, redivides, and finally it gives rise to the new individual. So in this way, in sexual reproduction, new individuals are formed. Now let's talk about the types of fertilization. Fertilization is of two types. Fertilization is of two types: external fertilization and internal fertilization. So स्टूडेंट, जैसा कि इनके नेम से ही पता लग रहा है, एक्सटर्नल मीन्स आउटसाइड द बॉडी. When the fertilization of egg by the sperm is outside the female body, then it is called external fertilization. And when the fertilization is inside the female body, then it is called internal fertilization. Now the question is, where does fertilization take place inside the female body? Female body में कहाँ fertilization होता है? That is in oviduct. Female की ovaries ovum release करती है, and when it comes in oviduct and sperms meet the egg, if sperm meet the egg, fertilization will occur there. So fertilization, it occur in oviduct, or you can say fallopian tube. Oviduct, or you can say fallopian tube. So fertilization take place in oviduct or fallopian tube of the female in case of internal fertilization, right? So there are mainly two types of fertilization: external, which is outside the female body, and the fertilization which is inside the female body, that is called internal fertilization. So internal fertilization you will see in mammals like cow, dog, human beings. There is internal fertilization. And external fertilization you will find in aquatic animals like frog and fish. You will find external fertilization is there. Now we will talk about one more type of fertilization, that is IVF. Now the another type of fertilization is IVF. Full form is in vitro fertilization. In vitro fertilization. Actually student, in case of some female, fallopian tubes are blocked. मैंने अभी बताया कि फीमेल में ओविडक्ट में फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है. विदाउट फर्टिलाइजेशन जाइगोट फॉर्म नहीं हो सकता, एंड यू नो दैट जाइगोट विल गिव राइज टू न्यू इंडिविजुअल. So in some of the female, when the oviducts are blocked, fallopian tubes, or you can say oviduct, they are blocked. So fertilization cannot take place in such female, and they cannot bear babies. So how do doctor help them? They collect fresh ovum and sperm from the male partner and female partner. They collect sperm and ovum, and they allow this collection in a test tube for few hours, and if fertilization take place, then zygote is allowed to develop for a week, and then this zygote is transplanted in the female womb, and there the individual the zygote develops like the any other zygote, and finally individual it take birth as any other individual. So complete development of the baby will take place inside the mother womb. Only fertilization that take place outside the female body in a test tube. That is why the babies born by this technique, they are called test tube babies. So I hope this IVF is clear to you. In vitro fertilization, ovum and sperm, they are collected from female and male partners, and they are allowed in a test tube for few hours so that fertilization can take place. And if fertilization occur, then zygote is allowed to develop for a week. Then this zygote is transplanted in the womb of the female, and then like any normal baby, these babies are produced. But such babies which are born through IVF technique, we call them test tube babies. The babies which are born through IVF technique, they are called test tube babies. So this was about IVF and test tube babies. Now we will talk about development of embryo. So now we will talk about development of embryo. Development of embryo. So after fertilization, zygote which is formed, then this zygote divides and redivides, and it forms a ball of cell called morula. So what happens? Fertilization, it takes place in oviduct, then zygote is formed, zygote divides and redivides and gives rise to a ball of cell called morula. Then cell, they start differentiating into different germ layers. फिर सेल डिफ्रेंशिएट होने लगते हैं, अलग अलग टिश्यूज बनने लगते हैं, ऑर्गन्स बनने लगते हैं, एंड नाउ दिस when the different cell they begin to differentiate, then this developing embryo it get implanted in the uterus of the mother. तो मदर का जो यूट्रस है उसमें एम्ब्रियो इम्प्लांट हो जाता है, एंड फर्दर डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द एम्ब्रियो will take place in the mother's womb, and the time taken by the embryo to develop into a baby, that is called gestation period, and it is 9 months in case of human beings. So embryo give rise to a new individual. In case of human beings, within 9 months an embryo it develops into a new baby. So this is how development of embryo take place. Embryo when develops, then a stage will come when the different parts of the embryo can be identified. Like these are the legs, these are the hands, eyes, nose, ear. In this way, when the body parts can be identified, that stage of embryo is called fetus. So, blastula will come. It gets embedded in mother uterus. Further development of embryo will take place and it will give rise to fetus. Fetus is the developing embryo in which different body parts can be identified. Different body parts can be identified is called fetus. उसे हम fetus कहेंगे. The developing embryo in which the different body parts can be identified is called fetus. Now the next term which we are going to discuss is oviparous and viviparous. Dear student, in your surrounding you will find two type of organisms, one who are giving birth to babies and other one which are laying eggs. So there are two types of organisms in your surrounding. You will find oviparous and viviparous. The organism which give birth to baby, they give birth to babies, they are called viviparous. For example, mammals, monkeys, cow, cat, dog, human beings, we all are viviparous. And oviparous, as you can see, birds they lay eggs. So birds are oviparous. So in this way, I hope now you are able to define what are oviparous and viviparous animals. The animals which give birth to babies, they are called viviparous, and the animal which lay eggs, they are called oviparous. Now we will talk about one more term, that is metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. Dear student, in case of frog and insect, you will find that after hatching of egg, the larva that comes out of the egg is quite different from the adult, and it undergoes several changes and then changes into adult. So, metamorphosis is what? The transformation of larva into adult through drastic changes is called metamorphosis. As you can see, in case of frog, when the egg of a frog hatch, the larva which come out is called tadpole. This tadpole is quite different from the adult frog. Tadpole, it changes into adult frog. It transforms into adult through drastic changes. In tadpole, there are gills to breathe in water. Tadpole, they can live only in water. Adult frog, it can live in water as well as on the land, because adult frog, they are having lungs to breathe on land, and through their moist skin they breathe in water. But tadpole, they are aquatic, they can live only in water, they breathe through gills, and their body is like fish. they have tail fin to swim in water. On the other hand, adult frog, they have limbs, they do not have tail fin. So in this way, there are many differences between tadpole and adult frog. So the tadpole, it undergoes many changes and changes into adult frog, and the process is called metamorphosis. Here I want to add, student, for this process of metamorphosis, the hormone which is responsible for metamorphosis in frog is thyroxine. And thyroxine is formed in the presence of iodine. Iodine mineral is required for the formation of thyroxine. So, tadpole, they need iodine. They need iodine for thyroxine and thyroxine for metamorphosis. So, this is how metamorphosis takes place in frog. Similarly, in insects, you can take example of butterfly or silk moth. The egg hatch and the caterpillar or larva, which is also called caterpillar, it comes out, and then another stage will come, pupa stage. Inside the cocoon there is pupa, and this pupa finally develops into the butterfly or silk moth. Any of the insect you can take here as an example. So in this way, you can see transformation of larva into the adult butterfly is through the drastic changes, and we call it metamorphosis. I hope now this term is clear to you. Now the next topic which we are going to take is asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, where a single parent is involved. It occurs in simple organism, generally in simple type of multicellular and unicellular organism like bacteria, protozoa. You will find asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, it is the reproduction where one parent is involved. So here in your syllabus, two type of asexual reproduction are specially discussed. One is binary fission and another is budding. Binary fission and the second one is budding. Binary, the word binary means two. Fission means splitting, division. So when a cell divides into two daughter cells, then it is called binary fission. Here you can take example of amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular organism. So cell of amoeba is irregular in shape. Here is the nucleus, cytoplasm and vacuole. So the mature amoeba cell, it get enlarged in size. The nucleus material get double, and then nucleus divided into two daughter nuclei, and then the cell divides into two daughter cells. So in this way, amoeba, it divides into two daughter amoebae. So this type of division, or you can say asexual reproduction, is called binary fission. So binary fission takes place in amoeba. Now we will discuss what is budding. In case of simple organism like hydra, for example, These are the tentacles. So, in case of Hydra, a bud-like outgrowth appears on the body. This bud, it develops tentacles. If this bud gets detached from the parent body, it gives rise to a new Hydra. So the bud gives rise to new Hydra. New Hydra. This bud-like projection that comes out from the parent body, it gives rise to a new individual, and this type of asexual reproduction is called budding. Dear student, this was all in the chapter which we have revised in today's video. So I hope the chapter is clear to you. Still, if you have any doubt, you are free to ask in your doubt class. Have a good day. Bye for today.